Yes.
After you got divorced, then you began working at LA Fitness. Is that right?
Right.
Okay. What was your first job there?
My only job there was I was a league director.
A league director?
A league, yeah. I was running a racquetball league.
Now, is this something you had done before?
No, never. How'd
you get into league racquetball league?
I'm a smart guy.
Okay. Well, I won't comment on that. That was your first position at LA Fitness?
That's the first and only one.
Did you come up with the idea, or were they looking for a league manager? Or
yeah, and I knew everybody who played racquetball over there, so I knew everyone. So it kind of was an easy walk-in job to do. It was a hobby, more of a hobby job type thing.
But you were paid?
Yeah, I was paid.
Okay. And what were your duties as the league director?
My job was just to run the leagues within Woodland Hills.
Okay.
Club, or actually for all LA Fitness, anybody who wanted to be in the league.
Is that where you were working when you first met Monica Sementilli?
Yes.
And how long, at some point you began seeing her in more than a platonic way, is that correct?
Correct.
How long after you first met her did you first begin a romantic or sexual relationship?
I don't have dates, or there's a couple.
Well, a few weeks, a few months.
A couple of weeks.
Okay.
A couple of weeks.
Were you seeing anybody else at the time?
Not steady.
But you were seeing other women?
Not really. Not really. I mean, not really.
Okay.
It's a complicated answer.
Just asking the questions, do the best you can, okay?
Yeah.
Did you play around, to use that term?
Yeah, you could say that.
Okay. Had you made other acquaintances there, other people who worked there?
Oh, yes.
How did you first get involved with Miss Sementilli?
Well, she showed up for the racquetball league to let me know she was playing, and that's how I met her. And
did you know she was married?
Not at the very first day, but shortly thereafter I did. I did find out she was married.
In fact, did you meet her husband, Fabio?
Eventually I did.
Okay. Did you meet any of her children?
Eventually I did.
And do you recall their names?
Yes.
What are they?
Is it safe to say it?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Jessica and Isabel.
Okay. And did you meet them at the racquetball club at the LA Fitness?
I think I met the oldest one at the gym, and the youngest one, she never came to the gym, if I remember right.
So the oldest one was Jessica, correct?
Correct.
Did she play racquetball there at the gym?
No, she didn't play racquetball.
She didn't play at all?
Not that I remember, no.
Well, did her mother play, Monica?
Mother played, yeah.
So when they came to the gym, let's start with Jessica. What did she do there, if you remember?
She probably went out running on a treadmill, or...
Your Honor, I object to the answer. Probably it sounds like it's based on speculation.
Sustain.
Move to strike.
Do you know what she did there? Did you actually see what she did at the LA Fitness?
No, I wasn't paying attention like that.
Well, you were paying attention to her mother.
Correct.
What about the younger girl, daughter, Isabella?
I don't remember seeing her at the gym.
Okay. How long were you how long after you first met Monica Sementilli did you meet her husband, Fabio?
Maybe a couple of months. Maybe a couple of months or so. That I'm not even sure about. I shouldn't be answering that because I don't know for sure.
Well, do you know for sure whether or not you met him?
I did meet him.
And how were you introduced to him?
I was introduced to him. This is my husband. And then he introduced himself. I introduced myself. And then he and I played racquetball.
Okay. How long after that did you first begin a more than platonic relationship with Monica Sementilli?
That I'm not sure about, but I think it was after I had met her that I had met him. So it was a while. So I met her first. We got involved. Hang on. we got involved.
Do you need some water or anything?
No.
All right.
I've
Go
been
on.
sitting in that ice cold cell for so. And then I met him later.
All right. Was it after you met him that you got involved with her?
No, it was before.
If you notice, Monica Sementilli keeps that scowl on her face. Looks like this is difficult testimony for her to listen to with just her lover on the stand. We'll take a break. We'll go back inside for more of his testimony when we come back. So keep it here on Court TV.
Tonight on Closing Arguments, new details emerge in the search for an American college student who vanished in the Dominican Republic. We'll bring you the very latest in this developing story.
Closing Arguments with Vinny Politan, tonight at 8/7 Central, only on Court TV.
You feel that?
The NWSL is on ION.
It's game time.
Showing off a little skill now. Get
The new Saturday Night Out is on ION starting March 15th at 7 p.m. Find ION wherever you watch.
ION. It's on.
Folks, we're following day 30 of the celebrity stylist murder trial of Monica Sementilli. The defense's star witness, Robert Baker, is on the stand. He's on direct by the defense. The jury now is hearing about what happened leading right up to the day of the murder.
You know the date of January 23, 2017?
I'm taking that's the day of the crime.
Yes.
Okay.
Day of the murder?
Yeah.
How long before then did you first begin seeing Monica Sementilli on a dating relationship, if we can put it that way?
I would say about roughly a year.
Right. And did that begin on just going to movies, coming to your place? How did that start?
Yeah, we went out to have some lunch or something, and we talked, and that's how it kind of started off. And then eventually it got a little bit more serious. Invited her to the apartment. I don't have a timeline.
Okay. Eventually you engaged in sexual conduct with her?
Yes.
How often did you see Monica?
It was sporadic. It was scattered. It would all depended on her time, on her schedule.
Let me ask you a separate question, if I can. Do you know an app, phone app by the name of Viber, V-I-B-E-R?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell us what your understanding of Viber was in 2015?
Viber was a text app that the whole world used to text each other.
All right. How was it different than, say, Apple or some other text device?
I wouldn't know. I used it because somebody introduced it to me months before that, or even a year before that. I liked it. I enjoyed it. So that's why I used it.
All right. That was before you even met Monica, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Did you use the app at that time for any reason of secrecy or keeping your communications private?
Never.
Did you ever discuss the Viber app or introduce Monica to it?
Actually, I did. If I remember right, I think I did.
And did you tell her that you were using it and that she should use it as well?
I told her I was using it, and it was a fun app to use because you could do pictures and stuff. So yeah, I said, so I introduced her to it.
And to your knowledge, did she download it?
Yes, she did.
So why did you use Viber with Monica Sementilli as opposed to some other app?
That's the one I had been using for a while, so I've had it in my system for a while.
And how long after you had begun your romantic relationship with her did she download and start using the Viber app?
That I don't know. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't have any clue.
Did you endeavor to keep the sexual relationship with Monica Sementilli secret?
I did.
And was that her desire as well?
Yes.
How did you go about keeping it secret?
Every way possible. Not letting anybody see anything, hear anything, detect anything. I did my best to keep it that way.
Would she still be playing racquetball at the LA Fitness while this was going on?
Yes.
And what about her daughters? Did they continue to go to LA Fitness while this was going on?
Yeah, yes.
So we're now in 2016, is that correct?
Correct.
How often would you say that you saw Monica Sementilli during that period?
Again, it was very sporadic, so it could be once a week, once every 2 weeks, or 3 times a week. It all depends on who's doing what between the both of us.
And how did you determine who was doing what? In other words, how did you determine when you would see her?
She called the shots on that, based on her schedule.
So how would you find out what her schedule was on any particular day?
Just usual conversation. Would tell me I got this going on. I'm going to Ralph's. I'm going here. I'm going to Starbucks. That type of thing. Or I'm free. I got this amount of time to see you. You know, it just varied. It just varied all over the place.
And did you also engage in that type of activity, trying to find out what she was doing by communicating with her?
Yeah, I let her talk. I just listened because she was pretty good about letting me know what was going on with her.
All right. Now, did she let you know what was going on with her on a steady basis?
Yeah, pretty much.
Every day of the week?
Not every. Yeah. If she can manage to call me or text me, yeah.
Now, you knew her husband was working, correct?
Yeah, I did.
Did you know how he was employed at that time?
At the time, when everything first started, I knew he worked. I didn't know what he did.
Well, didn't you ask her what her husband did?
No, not really. I mean, I knew he worked. I didn't ask because I really didn't care.
Well, how were you able to arrange to see her in secret if you didn't know how her husband or where he was working or when he was working?
I trusted her to tell me.
Okay.
Eventually, she told me. She explained it, but at first, no, I didn't know.
Okay. So tell me just in summary, your day starts. Did you know ahead of time, like a week or a month, when you would be able to see her? Or was it a daily thing?
It was sometimes she would let me know he was going out of town if she knew in advance. Sometimes it was very sporadic, like she had a little bit of time. It just was all over the place, it was all over the place.
Was it your goal to keep this relationship secret?
Oh, absolutely.
And what was her attitude about keeping it secret?
It was mainly hers, the one that wanted to keep it secret, so I agreed with her.
Did she make that clear to you?
Yes.
Did that involve...
I'm going to object.
I'll allow that.
Did that involve communicating with an encrypted app?
It involved talking on Viber.
And
Well, a big deal made about Viber by the state. He's saying he just had it from 2015 and it was just something that he used. Let's bring back in our guest, still with us, criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor Marsha Minot. Marsha, how's he doing on the stand? What are your impressions of him, Robert Baker, thus far?
He's doing pretty good. He sounds like a young man who had a troubled past. He has a felony conviction. What I want to know if I were a juror is, did she know about that? Did she know what type of person she was dealing with? Because if he's a felon, having gone to prison before, it would be easy for him to wipe out her husband without her knowledge if he wants to be exclusively in a relationship with her. Or overall, he seems credible.
Yeah, you know, I got to say, I might disagree with you on that. For me, he's coming across a little cocky, a little shady. I don't know, maybe it's his angle, the way he's answering questions or the way he's doing things, but you're not picking up any of that.
Not yet, Michael. I think what he's doing is trying to conceal the other relationships. I would be worried too about stating the names of ex-wives who are not attacked in this social media age. To put their names out there might just put them at risk. So I can understand he's doing that, saying I'm not going to tell that. But for him to have shared, you know, his adult entertainment work, his conviction associated with the sexual contact with a minor, I think that's credible. He never concealed that.
That was going to come out anyway. So he even said it. He said, it's going to come out. So I'm going to tell you. Quickly, as I look at him, you could almost not realize he's a lifer, that he's spending the rest of his life in prison plus 25 years, because he's not in prison orange or whatever color it is in California. Usually it's orange. But he's in regular clothes. I think that serves the defense very, very well.
It does. It really does. And I think they might have done that because they allowed the other co-defendant to testify from street clothing. I thought he would have testified from orange jumpsuit too, considering the fact that, he's also in custody and still serving time. But it might be the court's decision to say, hey, if I'm going to have one person testify from street clothing, I'm going to have everyone testify from street clothing.
Yeah, fair enough. You look at him long enough, you can forget that he's serving life in prison. All right, Marsha Renault, you're going to be sticking around because coming up in our next hour, we're going to continue with special coverage of the celebrity stylist murder trial of Monica Sementilli. The highly anticipated testimony of Robert Baker continues in the 7 o'clock hour right here on Court TV, your front row seat to justice. Welcome back to our special coverage of the celebrity stylist murder trial of Monica Sementilli. I'm Michael Ayala. Monica's lover, Robert Baker, is on the stand testifying for the defense. He told the jury that Monica did not have anything to do with the murder of her husband, famed Hollywood hairstylist Fabio Sementilli. Prosecutors claim that Monica and Baker colluded to kill Fabio for his insurance money. Baker pleaded no contest in the case and is serving life without parole. He actually turned down a deal similar to the one Christopher Austin got. Let's get back into court now for more of Baker's testimony.
The desire was to keep those communications private, correct?
Yes.
And how would you communicate normally? Would it be by text, phone, or Viber?
It was always Viber. It was always Viber.
So on any particular day, did you know ahead of time whether you were going to see her or not?
No, it was random.